network share setup screen of the Popcorn Hour A210. I have no shares added yet. So what I'm going to do is just quickly hop over to the computer and show you. Okay, so I have this program on the Mac called NFS Manager. What this does is it lets me create shared definitions for particular folders on the computer. So I'm just going to create a shared definition right now. So this is a folder I have with some movies on it, Mac to TiVo. I'm going to set that up in this program, NFS Manager. And before, all I've ever done was just set the folder, leave everything the way it is, and just hit apply. And then I have to, of course, put the password. Okay, this program is in demonstration mode, but that never was an issue. Okay, now that that Mac to TiVo is set, so this is the NFS Manager for the Mac. Now that that Mac to TiVo is set, let me just quickly go back over to the Popcorn Hour. Sorry for the shaking. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that I just set. I'm gonna go and browse, and there goes the NFS server. I'm gonna click on that, and that's the IP address of my computer that it's showing. So I'm gonna click into that, and there goes that Mac to TiVo folder that I just set. I'm going to click on that, and all the information pops up. It says NFS at the top, and I'm just going to add it. Okay, now that it's added, I'm going to go back into the browser. Okay, now let me hit source. Okay. Now there goes that NFS Mac to TiVo folder there. I'm going to go into it, and there goes those folders. Now, the problem that I've been having is as soon as I try to open up these folders, so I know in this particular folder, movies to TiVo, I have a bunch of movies. As soon as I try to open it up, I'm going to click open there. As you can see, the loading icon on the top left of the screen just came up, and that's it. Normally, before, when everything was working, I would be able to go in and select the movie and play. And now the Popcorn Hour is frozen. The only thing I can really do now is reboot it. So I'm going to click shut down. Oops, let me do that again. And what that does, now you see the Popcorn Hour doing the light blinking thing down there, and eventually it's going to turn off. Okay, now let me power that back on. and that's going to take a while to come back on. In the meantime, let me show you. So now, as you saw on the computer, I had a work group there set up. So this is not working. The Mac to TiVo with that program called NFS Manager that I have there. It's not working. So now let me go over into the disk station for the NAS, and I'm going to show you. This is a whole separate thing, but it's doing the same exact thing. So I haven't yet made the settings for NFS, so I'm going to do it with you guys. So I'm going to go into, I believe it's file services. Right. As you can see, Windows file servers, where it says workgroup, is already checked and enabled. I'm going to show you that that works in a second on the popcorn hour. But if I scroll down to NFS service, it's not enabled yet. I'm going to enable it, and I'm going to hit apply. Then it says you can edit NFS permissions for shared folders on the edit page of share folder. Okay, so I'm going to go over to share folder. I have my movies in the video folder. I'm going to highlight that and click edit. And then I'm going to click on NFS permissions, and I'm going to edit it. Under host name, I can either put the IP address of the TiVo if I want one specific user, not the TiVo, excuse me, the popcorn hour, if I want just the popcorn hour to access it, but I want everything to access it, so I'm just going to put a star there. That means that everything can access it. I'm giving it read and write permissions, and then I'm just going to hit OK, and then OK out. So now I'm going to go back over to the popcorn hour and show you how that does the same exact thing. So let me hit sources here, and let me go into the network browser. So now I'm in the network browser. I'm going to hit NFS server. So now, before there was the IP address of the computer alone, now the IP address of the disk station Synology is there as well. So I'm going to go into it, and there it goes, volume 1 video, the one I gave share permissions to, and there goes my folders, movie and TV. So same thing's gonna happen as soon as I try to open up this folder here. Okay, I get access to one of the subfolders. I'm gonna try to go into that, and bam, frozen. Same thing. Inside of this folder that I just tried to open, I have multiple episodes of 6 Feet Under. It's not opening. It's freezing. Okay, so now I have no choice but to reboot the popcorn hour again. Now it's blinking. That's gonna shut off again. So while that does that, I'm gonna go back over to the computer, and show you the settings for the Samba work group. Okay, so I'm back there. I'm going to go back to file services. Now this is what I was showing you guys, that the Samba works. So now the settings on here are already checked off, but I just want you to see. So enable Windows file service, and I'm going to use the name work group. So that's all set. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Now when the popcorn hour loads up, it's going to take me back into the folder. Oh, I guess not. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the network browser, and this time I'm going to click work group, and there it goes, home server. Strangely enough, now nothing's showing up on it. How embarrassing. Let me try. Okay, when I go into it this way, it seems to work. So pretty much I did the same exact thing. I don't know why here it doesn't find the folders, but when I go through the one that says home server here and I click into it, it opens the folders. Strange, but I'm not going to question it. So I'm going to go in video, and I'm going to go to those same two folders that you guys saw before I was trying to access through NFS. I'm going to go to TV, and there goes 6 Feet Under again. This time when I click in the folder, I can see the episodes, right? And then not only that, well, when I click the episode, I can play the episode as well. So that's an overview of the problems that's going on with NFS. I showed you the NFS is not working, excuse me, when I use the Mac as the NFS server and when I use the Synology disk station as a NFS server. The only way I can access my files on the disk station right now is through that work group option where it says home server. So please give me your thoughts on what should I do to fix this problem.